Hi guys, so today's video is all about products I would repurchase if I had no collection and I was like a newbie to makeup and I had to purchase some things. I would purchase these products, or if my house burnt down, God forbid, you know, touch wood that it never happens, but you know, if I had to start again, I would pick these products because I love them. And yeah, and also I did kind of a not tutorial, a kind of face of the day kind of video, show and tell how I put it on for most of these products as well. So a lot of them are on my face right now, ta-da! But yeah, products I'm going to talk about are just things I love and would buy again, so I thought I would share. And it's kind of like a favourites because I've been using these all the time lately, and I don't know why I'm kind of turning like that, but yeah, I've been using them a lot lately, so I thought I would show you. So first of all, I'm going to start off the base, and this probably wouldn't shock you when I tell you it's this foundation. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection. I think this is probably like a holy grail foundation for me. It is basically my skin colour in a bottle. It's just the perfect shade. It's just brilliant. It's got SPF 18 in it, which is a little bit of a random, you know, it's only like 20 or 15, but this says 18, so that's good. So it's got like a light reflecting property in it. It's kind of a radiance foundation anyway, so it's quite like reflective, if that's the right word. It's kind of like luminous radiance, kind of, not reflective, that's the wrong word, but it's kind of this luminosity, is that the right word, to the skin that it gives you. It is kind of a light to medium coverage. You can wear this and just put on one layer and you just look like you've got a little coverage. You can still see the odd freckle or a little blemish if you have it, but if you put on another layer, then it's kind of a medium coverage, which is just perfect. I am the shade 100 Ivory for reference. I just love it, and it's high street. It's about sort of, I want to say it's about £8 mark, probably about that. So yeah, pretty inexpensive. Anyone could get their hands on it if they wanted. It's really great. So yeah, I really love that, and I would repurchase that. For powder to put over the top of the foundation, this is relatively new, but I haven't kind of put it down since I bought it, and it is the Bourjois Healthy Balance Powder. It's the 10-hour one. It's got Asian fruit in it. Asian Fruit Therapy Hydrating Anti-Shine Powder. I have the shade 52 Vanilla. I love this powder. It says 10 hours, no shine. I don't really believe that. I do feel like I need to kind of pat it on my areas that are prone to oiliness throughout the day. Not tons, like repowdering, but it does need a little bit. But yeah, I love this powder. It's cute, little thin compact. It has a mirror in it like that, and it's just the perfectly fine milled powder but pressed. It's just very light, and it's just really just the perfect powder. I've used some high-end powders before, but they're just so expensive. This is kind of about £8 to £10. Really like it. It's just, it has like a nice smell to it now as well, like a light kind of, I want to say vanilla-y, I might be totally wrong, but it's just the nicest powder, and I've been using it non-stop. I just like to put it on with a big fat kabuki brush to kind of press it into my forehead and cheeks and then just buff it in a little bit. But yeah, I really love this, and I'm really glad I tried it because it's lovely. Now for bronzer, I had this bronzer for a really long time and kind of just shoved it to the side because I was just like, I don't really like it. And then I heard some other people talking about it, and I was like, I'm gonna get it out, give it a try, see what the fuss is, because I had it. And I really love it. It's just the perfect bronzer for my skin tone, colour, whatever. But it is the e.l.f. Warm Bronzer, and it looks quite cheap. It is relatively cheap, but it's just it's got a mirror in it. It's got 4 shades of bronze in the palette, and it's just the perfect bronzer. It's not too matte, it's not too shimmery, it's not too orange, it's not too gold, it's not too bling bling on the cheeks. It's not like an obvious in your face bronzer, but when you do use it, it just gives you a little kind of glow to the cheek and the hairline, wherever you put it. It's the perfect bronzer, and I'm glad I kind of picked it out and used it again because it's lovely. Definitely would repurchase this. Unfortunately for the UK and I think Ireland, you have to get it online from elf.com or elf.co.uk or IE. You can't get it in stores, but if you're in America, you lucky ladies or boys, you can get it in Target. So yeah, and I totally love it. I think it's about £5. I'm not too sure. It was a while ago since I bought that, so I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, moving on to eyeshadow base. Now this will be no surprise. It's going to be a matte paint pot because I really love them. I've been using them for years when I started getting into makeup, like a ton. I have Nubile, which is a limited edition shade. Unfortunately, I would buy it again if they had it. But before I got this, I used Painterly, which is basically the same, like it's more of a matte tone than this one's kind of a more satin shade. I used that constantly. I went about 3 pots of it. It's the bestest of the best kind of base for eyeshadows. I have oily combo skin, so I can't just put eyeshadow straight on my lids. I have to have a base for it to stick onto, and I just find the paint pots for me, they just make my shadows last all day. There's no creasing, there's no budging, there's no slipping, there's no moving, nothing. It just stays. It just looks like it did when I put it on in the morning. It's great. They're not the cheapest, however, I've had this for a really long time, and if you use like just the right amount, don't cake it on, just a light coverage onto the lid only, it will last a really long time and it will be worth the money. So, you know, just use it not too much and then it will last, I promise. For setting my under eyes, I found this in time for my wedding, and is the Secret Brightening Powder by Laura Mercier. This isn't a must-have, but for me, because I have oily combo skin, this just moves sometimes if I just put a concealer on there on its own. So I like to set it with a powder, but a face powder for me looks too cakey, especially under here where it's quite thin skin. I don't want it to look too cakey, so this is very finely milled. It's almost like talcum powder. It's very, I don't know if you can see, but it's a very light, sort of feather-like powder, if that's the right way to sort of say it. It's just a translucent powder. It has kind of a brightening effect to it. It just makes it look lighter under there, but not too light that it looks kind of obvious you've got powder there. I do have it on today, but it's not cheap, but one of these pots will last for ages. I've had this one for ages and I still have quite a lot left. But yeah, it's just a white powder that you're probably thinking, is it really worth it? But it is really, if you have problems where this area here just tends to go south, then I would look at maybe just trying a powder like this just to set your concealer. And also I find it helps with fallout of eyeshadows. It's just easier to get rid of those with a powder on because it just doesn't stick to the concealer, if you know what I mean. For concealer, now I couldn't really decide because I've got 3 favourites right now and I was just like, I can't pick which one. So they're kind of like one choice, but there's 3 of them. First of all is this Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline. I love this. It is just fabulous. I got the shade Fair, which is a little too light for me. However, it's really good at brightening the under eye. I just put it on like a little triangle underneath. Then what I've been doing is putting my Estee Lauder Double Wear, kind of a blob of it across there, and then blending them in together. So you get this kind of light reflecting property lightening with this, but then you get the coverage with this. So it's kind of like they work really well together. If I wasn't using the Double Wear from Estee Lauder, I would be using the Lasting Perfection by Collection 2000 collection. I would be using that because to me these 2 concealers are basically the same, but one's a high-end, one's a easier to get hold of cheaper version. They're basically pretty much the same consistency, coverage, just, you know, they look the same. And I just find that I don't know, they're just both equal for me in terms of how good they work. But yeah, I kind of like to kind of do a combo of concealer under my eyes at the moment. I'm just finding that these two together work really, really well. And yeah, I know I haven't had the Maybelline Age Rewind in my life that long because I got it in America, but it's just been something I've used every single day. And I'm kind of glad I got the light shade, because I know when I kind of was talking about it in my haul video, I was a bit like, I don't know if the shade's going to be correct, blah, blah, blah. But I'm glad it is slightly too light, because it just gives this light reflecting, brightening look under the eyes, and it looks really good. Now for eyeshadows, I would pick this palette or the original, and this is the Naked 2 palette. I love the Naked palettes, I think they're great. You get so many eyeshadows for the amount of money. People kind of think this is so expensive, it's about £36, but you get, I think, 12 eyeshadows in here. The pigments are amazing, like the pigmency is amazing. It just, you get a very nice range of colours, especially if you kind of like a neutral eye. You can do smoky, you can do neutral with a little bit of smokiness. I have some of these shades on today. I can't diss this palette at all, and this one comes with a nice brush, which is really great for applying the shadows. The original one come with a duo eyeliner. I can't find my Naked one or Naked original palette. I don't know where it is at the moment, so I've just been using this a ton and I really, really love it, and definitely would get that because you get so many shadows. I would rather get rid of all my MAC shadows and just have this, because this just fulfills everything. It's just, yeah, ticks all my boxes. For blush, I would pick this one. It's the Bourjois Love Struck Rose. Comes in a little pot like this. It's a little bit worn away because I've been using this so much recently, in the recent months, that all the writing's just come off. But it looks like this. It's kind of like a holy grail blusher, really. It's just the perfect pinky coral shade. It's on my cheeks right now. And it smells so good. I don't know, it's just the smell of this is just amazing. Some people say it's a bit of a weird smell, but yeah, it just smells great. It comes with a little brush, which I actually really, really like. It's just the perfect kind of combing it onto your face. It's just the perfect brush. It comes with a little mirror as well, but yeah, I really love this blusher and I would repurchase it as well. So yeah, I love that. For eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, I have this one, and it is the L'Oreal Superliner. It's a black lacquer. It is such a great eyeliner. I've used it for many years. It's just perfect for getting a nice line. It's just, in my tutorial, I literally put it on in like 30 seconds or something like that. It's just ridiculously fast to be able to put this on. You can create flicks and cat eyes and everything. It's just so, so good. You can do a really thin line or you can do the thick line, whatever your heart desires. It's just great. It's drugstore. I love it because it comes in with the brush inside, and the brush is really great because it's kind of like, it bends really well, and it just, the colour is so black. I know that sounds really stupid, but sometimes eyeliners can look dark, but they're not really dark when you compare it to another black. It's just, yeah. And it just has this kind of shine to it, which is just, you know, the black lacquer look. But yeah, it is really, really great. It's about £8 to £10, so not too expensive, and it lasts for ages if you put the cap back on properly. Now, for mascaras, this is a mascara that I didn't quite like at first, but now I'm kind of bowled over with it. I love it. I use it pretty much all the time. It is the Black Drama Falsies one. I do like the original as well, but I have two versions. I have the waterproof Volume Express and the Black Drama Falsies. I like to layer these. I put this one on first and then the waterproof on afterwards, and it just lasts perfectly. You just look like you've got full sausage on. It's just, yeah, it's about £8 or £9 per tube, and just, yeah, it's drugstore. It's easy to get hold of. I know sometimes they even have them on discount in places like TJ Hughes or TK Maxx, so it's pretty inexpensive. So definitely a really great mascara to look at if you're wanting to, you know, start getting into makeup and you just don't know what to use. So that is definitely something to look at. Now for lips, I have been really loving kind of a bold lip. I kind of have a bit of a bold one on today, but nothing too much. I like a bold lip that looks kind of almost natural, but I've been using these from Revlon. They are the little crayons. They are the Just Bit and Kissable Balm Stains. I have this one, which is Rendezvous, which I'm wearing right now. It's kind of like an orangey coral colour, and it looks like that. It's just like a screw up kind of crayon. It's really, really easy to use. They smell a little bit minty, so if you're not really a fan of minty, then you might not like it, but they are non-drying. They last for ages. Just the stain, just once the kind of initial kind of wetness, tackiness is gone, you will get a stain left, which is quite nice and natural. It's not too in your face. But yeah, I really love the Rendezvous. But I also picked up before my holiday this one, which is Love Stick. Is it Love Stick or Love Sick? It's Love Sick, and it's a fuchsia pink one. And I tweeted a picture of me. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I tweeted a picture of me wearing this the other day, and I got a few comments about it. And yeah, it's just the perfect kind of, I'll put some swatches on my hand actually. It's just the perfect kind of coral and orange and pink, and yeah, they're just very bright, eye-catching. They stain, which I will take these off as soon as possible because they will stain. But yeah, they're about £8 from Revlon. They're really, really good. They're the cheaper version of the chubby sticks from Clinique. I've not tried any of those, but yeah, I definitely like these and I think they're great. And I might pick up another one just to add to the collection. I don't know, I just might do. Anyway, so that is kind of the makeup. If I had to buy one tool though, it would be this little bad boy, and it's the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I love this for applying foundation, and yeah, just it's the perfect brush. And I have two of these now because I picked one up in America, and yeah, it's the bestest brush ever. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in there because of a tool. I have all my makeup and a tool to show you, which I would repurchase. So yeah, that's my video. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye!